Hey YouTube, what's up? Dr. T here, and welcome to the Altcoin Express and my hometown, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Uber, Waymo, Tesla, Apple, just a few of the names that we talk about, self-driving car news, and we talk about it on the show a lot. But today's guest says that one of the hottest startups in this space is one you've probably never heard of. Welcome back to the show, CNN tech writer, Matt McFarland. How's it going, Matt?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to get you back. So I feel like we've talked about Drive.AI on the show in the past. Tell us a little bit about Drive.AI and what you know about them.
Sure. Drive.AI is a Silicon Valley startup. They're basically building the technology to drive a vehicle, whether it's a truck or a car. They're based in Mountain View, California. It was started by a bunch of students who met in grad school at Stanford. And they've been at it for about 2 years now and have shown a lot of growth. They just announced that they raised $50 million.
Wow. Okay. So they've got some momentum going on here. And I mean, if you see some of these setups, Drive.AI, it's a roof-mounted system. And so it kind of sticks out a little bit. They've actually got screens on the top of the cars right now. Why are those necessary when compared to kind of other competitors in the space or even traditional cars? Why do they have screens on the top?
Yeah, it's fairly bulky. So their thinking was that they want a way for the vehicle to really communicate with, say, pedestrians or any human who might be on the road. It's not, as easy for us to tell a robotic car or, what we're doing when you might be a pedestrian, and it's, tough for a car to say, oh, why don't you cross the street now? But if they can display that on their screen, then there's real value there.
Hey, Matt, Kerry here. My question is, just looking over your story, I knew immediately that car makers like Ford and even Delphi in the space, but in particular, sort of the more established car manufacturers will say, like, that's all great, but we've already been making cars. We're the experts in this field. Not to mention that their cars built in have more than just the stuff on the top, but they have sensors, all around the front. I think Ford's latest effort has something like 200 sensors all around the car, not just at the top. So how are they competing with that?
Right. So Drive.AI isn't going to start manufacturing their own cars. They know what they are really good at, and that's software, that's artificial intelligence and deep learning. They aren't going to, start making vehicles. Their role is really to be kind of the brains, the thinking, the cognitive aspect of the self-driving car. So the thinking is that they will essentially be a partner and supply these kits. Initially, they'll do a retrofit kit that would be sold to a business that could add it to their vehicles and then use it for something like ride hailing or logistics or delivery.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Comma.ai, right? That was
yeah.
that was that was going to be a retrofit car kit as well, right?
Right. Yeah. Comma. That was right. That you would essentially. The Comma is a little bit simpler. The idea of what the dash cam that you kind of pop in and whatnot. The Drive.AI setup seems a little bit more robust.
Matt, can you tell me how many sensors then they have at the top?
I want to say it's probably about a dozen total, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. But yeah, it's a variety of sensors, cameras, LiDAR, radar, like essentially basically what almost everyone in the space is using.
Okay.
And then a nice big screen on the very front. Do they have plans to kind of tighten it up a little bit and make it any more elegant than it is at this point?
I didn't ask them that specifically, but I do think we'll see them follow kind of that typical tech evolution where you go from the large Michael Douglas or say, the huge cell phone down to the smaller, sleeker one. So.
Down to from Michael Douglas to Zoolander is where we're going to go, right? Okay.
Exactly.
And who exactly are they planning on selling these kits to? Is it direct? It's partnerships? What are their plans there?
Right. Yeah. They're looking at businesses. They're different from, say, like a Waymo, who you might see really thinking a lot about consumers and, say, getting kids to soccer practice or something. Drive.AI is really thinking about the enterprise sector. What can they do, for example, with, say, helping get a delivery from one warehouse to another. When I talked to their CEO, he mentioned interest in, say, even municipal vehicles, so that they could see maybe helping with an emergency response vehicle or a fire truck or something on the road.
Okay. Now, also some news. Andrew Ng just joined the board of directors. What's important about this move? Why do you think this is important for Drive.AI?
Right. So Andrew he's a big name in the world of AI. He's had some really important jobs. He's accomplished a lot. He's in touch with the cutting edge, the tip of the spear of what can be done with AI. So to have Andrew there helping to chart their strategy and what they're going to be doing with AI, that's just really valuable to have someone of his caliber in the room to say, hey, have we thought about trying this or that, or maybe we should hire this person or whatnot. And it should help too with, say, recruiting. Everybody wants the best people in self-driving cars, so to have him on board is appealing.
Matt, I know how skeptical everyone is or hesitant they are to talk about price, but are they talking about sort of ballpark for how much this might cost?
No, I can't speak to any price at this time. Yeah, so.
Well, then we'll just have to keep
saving. Be more expensive, right? Yeah.
I mean, I've got some money in my pocket, but I don't think it's enough for this.
$2.
Yeah, $2. All right, cool. I'm sold. We can make it an episode of Know-How here. And the overall goal, the long, far-reaching goal here, I guess, would be the big differentiator between something like Comma, which isn't actually a real product, so I don't know why I'm comparing it to them. At one point, it was possibly going to be a product that consumers could install. Yeah, GitHub. Exactly. Now it's been open source. But the idea here is that this is not appealing to the consumer that just wants to do their own self-driving kit. This is really targeted at enterprise solutions.
Right, exactly. Selling businesses.
Yeah. All right. Matt McFarland, you're a tech writer at CNN, and we really appreciate you coming on the show and talking to us a little bit about this. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you on Twitter?
I'm at Matt McFarland on Twitter.
Oh,